Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Darkfall Rise of Agon. I'm AC Gamer, and tonight we are going to continue on where we left off. Now, unfortunately, Cypher was not able to get back in with us, but we're going to trek on and see if we can get a few levels here as levels go in this game. Now, I have gone ahead and spent a little bit of time killing over here on the side. I do apologize, guys, but I have leveled up some of my skills, so let's go ahead and take a look at those before we get too much into the fighting, which does not really let up. I do apologize. Yeah, it doesn't really let up, so it doesn't give you a lot of time to think about what you're doing. Now, there are a lot of spells here, as you guys can see when you open them up, that I can finally use. A little bit in each one of them. I do have my Mana Blast on, as you can see under my number 3 tab. That does take a root and some ash to cast, so I had to go back to the bank to grab a few of those so I could actually use this spell. Haven't used it yet, kind of curious as what it does, how it casts, and all those things that come with it. I also went ahead and put on Needles, which takes 2 bones, and I don't remember what the name of the other resource was, but I went ahead and grabbed a few of those, so we're going to try that out for the very first time as well. My main focus right now, because I don't know which one of these skill trees I should go down or focus on, or which one I'm going to really dig the most, is just to try out all of them. And so Witchcraft I require level 50 before I can open up Necromancy, and Arcane I require Chanting at level 50 before I can open up that one. Now, I have not mimed any air spells yet. Not quite sure what all these might end up doing. Each one of them seems to have some pretty nice stuff to mess around with. Earth I have not messed around with at all either, just kind of opened those up. So I can use them, they're there. We're going to mess around with them later. But until then, we're going to go ahead and see if we can kill a few more goblins. I do have a quest. This is the part 3 of this quest. The first one was, I believe, to kill 10, then 50, and then 100. So it's not quite doubling each and every single time, but it's getting pretty close, I think. It may have been 25 the first time. I'll have to look at that again. But either way, we are just busting these guys in the gut. I mean, it's so simple to kill these guys now compared to where it was earlier. But the reward is actually very, very nice if we can get it. So let me go ahead and check really quick to make sure we're heading the right direction. Which, yeah, we are heading the right direction. You can see me at the top of the map there. So let's go ahead and put on our number 1. This is something I have not used yet. No idea how well it's going to work. This one does a lot of damage really quickly. And they've gotten a little bit more vicious as you stay here longer. Somebody did tell me that the longer you stay, the faster you kill, the faster they spawn, and the harder they get, maybe? I wasn't sure if that was in there or not, but they definitely seem like they're becoming more vicious. So I'm having to heal a little bit more often. GZ, thank you, man. It's good to be back. Sorry I wasn't able to bring a Cypher back with me, but yeah, his internet not doing too hot right now, so we'll get him back in later. As you guys can see, I did level up my skills slightly, so we're going to finish this one off as fast as we can, the level, or the 70 plus goblins we need. And he's going to sit there and shoot me. Alright, let's go here and kick this guy in the face. Ooh. I don't think I've used that one before. What's it doing to him? Fairly good bit of damage, actually. So let's use our number 2. That should almost finish him off, but it doesn't look like any direct or damage over time, so. The Ruby Conclave is now open for business. You killed a goblin fighter. I'm not sure if those two had anything to do with each other. No idea where the Ruby Conclave is. I did get my first fishing pole a little while, though. I have not tried to fish yet, so that's something I can look forward to once we get into the crafting stage. Oh, yeah. Reached a new level of mastery on that one. Let's go ahead and heal myself. Serves me right for casting right on top of the dude. Now, I have been picking up everything. Some of the stuff I've been selling to the vendors. Other stuff I have just been banking. Not sure yet if you can take things apart and, you know, get resources out of them, or if it's just kind of old junk, and whether you fix it maybe later on, that will level up your skill if you want to go down the tailoring. And oh, I got an empty barrel there. Let's actually check the system, see what I got. 2 yeast, and 1 more yeast to go ahead and throw on the pile. Well, we do got somebody out there, so let's... Doesn't look like he's moving too much. All right, finally got that going on him. That one is hard to hit if you're not close. It does a lot of damage, though. I'm really liking that one. Now, my main weapon, my main blast, it's, you know, it's getting Uber. Boom! In your face, dude. Okay, so we got somebody behind us. Yeah, a little bit of ways. I don't really want to shoot him with this one that far away. He's gonna move. It ended up hitting him anyways. Not sure that did anything to him. We got 1 more over here. Actually, 2 more over here. Let's try number 3 again. This time we're gonna charge him. Mana Blast. Where are you at, my friend? I believe that is everybody for now, so let's go ahead and loot real quick. Main reason I keep looting everything is, you know, the reagents. I was not aware of what was used for what at the very beginning. I'm still kind of in the dark on what might be used for later spells that I haven't gotten access to. So I don't want to regret not picking up things and possibly having a ton of it by the time I need it. Alright, 2 more out here. But yeah, this game is rather addicting for those of you who have not seen it or played it, that are into MMOs. Be very careful with it. I've only been in it for maybe 4 or 5 hours, and I can already see myself coming back for more. The harvesting, vaguely addictive for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. Something about chopping down a tree or harvesting a rock. There you go. You ain't got nothing, punk. Come on. Oh, yeah. I'm not sure I like that one. Like, it's okay. Let's see if I can outlast him. Yeah, that mana spray or whatever it was called. It's a weird spell. Never get anybody with that one. Hey, Melcoma, how you doing, man? Did I give up on the camera? You're talking about my webcam? I have not. My green screen is down at the moment while I work on the room, which is why you guys haven't seen it for maybe the last week or so, 2 weeks. So you guys will be seeing more of it, my ugly mug on camera, as I fix things up. And I actually have a new camera coming in. It's not a webcam this time, so it should be a little sharper. Shouldn't have as much grain on it, and yeah, just trying to spice things up a little bit, make it better than it was. All right, so I believe that was all. There might have been one over here I think I killed. Yep. What do you think of the game so far, though, Melko? I know you guys were more into EQ. This one feels very, very close to that game in some ways, and like completely different in other ways. One, you get a lot more loot in this game. It's it's a nice change. I don't know how many goblins or orcs I must have killed in EverQuest, and nothing dropped on them. Mostly just cash. If you really, really wanted to loot them for a few copper or something, you could. But Yeah, there's really no point to it. This one, there seems to always be something, which can actually be overwhelming at sometimes because the mobs in the region that I'm in. I don't think that's always going to be the case. I'm sure there's going to be dungeons and, I don't know, boss fights or something maybe that where they're not going to respawn that quick. Granted, PvP I think is where this game is really going to shine. I haven't got into that yet. I know it's coming. I know somebody's going to, you know, just walk by and see a newbie and just be like, I got that guy. Take everything I got. Really won't mind it too terribly. I don't really keep that much on me that I couldn't lose. The only thing that I really don't want to lose is my new staff. Jeezy was very, very kind enough to come out and give me one. And it's pretty nice. I actually like it a lot. Noticed a big difference in my spellcasting speed. So as soon as I have the ability to maybe replace that by either buying it from another player or being able to make it myself, I'll feel a little bit more comfortable. But until that happens, kind of worried I lose that. It does kind of feel nice, though, to have the game rely on me for a change as far as my accuracy goes, rather than just kind of always having the spells land because I'm clicking a little button. There's nothing wrong with that style. I definitely enjoy it in some other MMOs, but having my skill be part of my character skill, it's kind of fun. So you should probably save your time and find another game. This one isn't worth... Why do you say that? What's I like to hear different points of view. What about the game is something you don't enjoy? I realize that it's PvP, so there's definitely people out there that may not be drawn to that. And I cannot really say I'm huge into PvP, but I like to experiment with games, like to see what they all have to offer before I throw down the gauntlet and be like, I'm not playing this one anymore. See if we can get this thing to go off. You know, it did a lot more damage than it was earlier. I guess maybe it might grow on me at that stage. There we go. Let's try this one. 2 for 1? Yeah, baby. You can hear it ticking on both of them. Okay, let's go ahead and loot some of these. Let's see, Black Bolt is the standard use in PvE because the faster cast speed used in PvP too until you get Cobra Staves. I'm guessing that's the name of the weapon, the actual staff. So I'll keep an eye out for those. Sorry guys, I'm not able to read Twitch chat as fast while I'm looting these things. Give me 1 second. Although combat is never ending. I have 48 more mobs to go before we have all the goblins we need. And I'm already getting shot by somebody over here. That's the hardest thing I found at night, especially trying to find out who's shooting you and from where. It's so easy to snipe somebody in this game. Let's see what you guys are saying. Don't listen. He comes and goes, gets banned, unbanned. He's just sour and has a poor head. Yeah, I don't mind people coming in and stating their point of view. I very rarely ban anybody unless they get nasty with the chat or say something obscene. So you guys are welcome to say whatever you guys want as long as you behave and, you know, try to create a friendly environment. Game is amazing, but the company running it is horrible. They are amateur developers that have lost touch with the community. I have seen that with many of games out there. I hope that's not true. We'll have to kind of write it out and see for ourselves. But yeah, they're companies that decide to go in a different direction than what some of the gamers out there want. I am familiar with. Come from EverQuest back in the day, classic EverQuest, and Sony took it in a weird direction and didn't really agree with where they wanted to go. But there's still so many people playing that. I gotta at some point just gotta sit back and be like, you know, wasn't right for me, but it was right for somebody else. It was right for a lot of other people. Blizzard did the exact same thing a couple of times, actually. They lost, you know, for news that don't really report on games or gamers. You know, CNN and Fox and all those people were reporting on Blizzard losing, like, I don't remember what the exact numbers were, but it's like 25-30% of their subscriber base with one expansion. Obviously, those gamers didn't like the direction it was going in, but it's still around, it's still making money, still doing its thing. So I gotta believe somewhere along the way, maybe they made the right choice. Turn shadows off at night. I will try that. Somebody else mentioned to turn shadows off. It was kind of fine at first. You know, wasn't really running into that many issues. It looks cool to have the shadows on too, at least in my opinion. But yeah, if it's going to cause issues for you guys and you're not able to see very well, then I will definitely turn those off. And there is a mob right behind me. I gotta remember which one of these things are area effects and which ones are not. I think I'm hitting myself more often than they are. Am I out? Dang it. There we go. Also, when it comes to PvP, unless you have a ton of experience in first-person shooters, you're going to be bad and the game won't be fun for you. I love first-person shooters. It depends on what type you're talking about. Halo, Gears of War, Day of Infamy, those types of games I am fairly decent at. Not fantastic. I'm not going to win any awards or any competitions, but I'm not too shabby. If you're talking about CSGO or, you know, PUBG or something along those lines, yeah, I'm not that. I probably suck at that, but I'll still have fun. I don't necessarily have to be good at a game for me to be able to enjoy it. As long as I'm not bringing down, like, the raid or the clan that I'm with and them getting upset, I'll probably find, like, a casual one to join. Something that, you know, they're just happy to have people show up and be part of whatever's going on, whatever shenanigans they get into. Those are the ones I tend to enjoy the most. Plus, I stream other games. I stream a lot of other games, so my time here will be split between, you know, the other games that I play and the amount of time I'm able to find when I'm not working to come in here. So maybe, like, you know, 3-4 hours a day, if I'm lucky, I'll be able to come on. So not gonna be hardcore, but enough to kind of progress myself over the next month or so. Alright, so he is up already. Where are you at, my friend? There you are. And I love the distance on these spells. They are not cheap. They don't try to hinder you until you got to get right on top of those mobs. Let's see. I bet he gets banned from the actual game, not Twitch chats. He's been a long time. Exploiter, griefer. Oh. Is it easy to exploit the game? I don't really want to get into that, but it's it is something that happens with video games these days. Day of Infamy, one that I mentioned earlier, was a first-person shooter, and it had that battle eye on there. I'm not sure how many of you guys are familiar with that. The whole point behind it is to stop people from being able to cheat. Didn't work very well. People were still able to do it fairly easily. What Goblin Shaman doing over here? I don't remember him ever spotting. Come on, die already. Whew. Okay, that was a tough fight. Let's check out the Shaman. I think that's the first time we've seen one of those here. Ooh, got some portal shard. I don't think I've gotten a portal shard before, and while I'm sitting here looking at it, I'm getting beat on in the face. I swear I'll catch up with stream chat here in a second once I find this guy. There we go. There's no doubt that they are a brand new company full of amateur developers. The best kind, in my opinion. I love, you know, people who get into the early access decide to build something for themselves. This is the reason I wrote my first book. I was tired of reading other people's stories and seeing the direction they took, and then sitting there wondering what would have happened if I had gone, or if they had gone, I should say, in a different direction. So after a long time of doing that, I was like, I'll just write my own, and my story will be my own. So kind of kept doing that for over the next few years. So I respect anybody who puts their work out there. Let's see, where are you at? That's right. Next level spells are ready. Goblin Fighter, he is a beast. Let's see, what kind of drugs are you on, Wes? Must be some... That must be a missing part of the conversation. Yeah, we're gonna take the hatchet. MySpace is still around, but it isn't doing fine, and I doubt Blizzard is either. Blizzard doesn't seem to be hurting. Obviously, they were making more money before, but I don't think they're going to be, you know, pinching any pennies anytime soon. Plus, I don't think World of Warcraft is Blizzard's only baby. If you guys ever played, what was it? Heroes of the Storm, that was a pretty good one. It was a MOBA that they came out with, Blizzard. I believe they also came out with the Diablo games, which, you know, I love the first two. Not a huge fan of the third one, but it wasn't, you know, nightmarish or anything like that. It could have been a lot better. So, you know, they got their fingers in a lot of pies. They're coming out with a lot of stuff. No, it's not easy anymore. People know all the tricks, and the devs are longtime players. They will find out. It's kind of the same way on the server that I play on for a classic EverQuest. You know, whether they catch you today or 5 years from now, they're going to catch you eventually, and you're going to lose everything on that tune. So is it really worth it for you to do it? Short-term gain, really big downfall in the long term, though. Although for PvP, it really does suck if somebody's cheating, because, yeah, like, you know, you're going to have guilds going against them, and I don't know what type of cheats you guys are talking about, turning somebody, you know, invincible or just giving them the best gear in the game or what, but it could be very detrimental to the community if it's rampant. That's how some of the first-person shooters have gotten. Devs stop supporting them as much, and they go downhill pretty quick. But I'm new here, and I haven't seen any of that. So, like I said, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying it. That's right, buddy. Come on in. Got a nice surprise for you. Let's see. They've ironed out most of the exploits. You seem like a beautiful guy, my friend. You got to put up a webcam. Yeah, I will be putting my webcam back up. I actually had one before, still do, but my room that I record in is under construction after Harvey, that pretty much destroyed the lower part of my house here in Houston. So, it's taking a little while to rebuild. I'll get there. Eventually. At least that's what I tell myself. You gotta find time to enjoy yourself, though. You gotta make some time in the day to stop construction and just, you know, sit back and relax. Otherwise, you become such a grouchy person, or at least I did. Was not having fun for about 3 months there. Just salty. I kill them all the time. Isn't that part of the enjoyment, though? Is like killing each other on here. I'll probably be singing a different tune when I die and lose something I really don't want to lose. But I'm trying not to get attached to anything just yet. I know that's going to be hard later on. Here we go. He sees me at the same time I see him. That's alright. I got first hit. Let's try number 1. I don't really use that one too often, and it's kind of weak. I think all the spells are the moment you get them. And it's kind of a false... It's false feeling, you know, you put it on and you're just like, oh, that sucks. But then they turn into something more. Got a lot of mobs here. Oh yeah. Now, we will be moving on to something harder as soon as I get the 100 I need here. EQ 99. Yeah, P99. Which stands for Project 1999. Which is the year EverQuest, for those of you who are aware of that MMO, came out. This emulated server, it's a fan-based server that they run for free, is something I play on. Has all the backing of Daybreak Games, who now owns the EverQuest franchise from Sony. No, Cypher was not able to fully come back. You know how his internet works. It's one of those things, you know. It happens. It works when it wants to, and when it doesn't, it drives them nuts. So we'll get him back in as soon as we can. I'm trying not to bypass him too much. This is why I'm not really working on any of like the main quests. These are just busy quests, I think, where you kill a few mobs, get some rewards. I'm not putting them down at all, because the rewards on this one in particular are fairly nice. I would love to check out some dungeons at some point. Something a little bit stronger. I think I'm going to try to hold off on PvP as much as possible until I get him back in, though, because I know he was really looking forward to that. Nah, he wasn't. He really wasn't. He's more of a crafter and a builder. He really enjoys that in video games, so we make a pretty good combo. I do the killing, and he does the building. I do like to build too, but he likes it a lot more than I do. So tend to let him have that, and he lets me have, you know, all the combat I can possibly handle. Even though he's a little better at combat than I am. So like when I need help, I'll go running over to him, and he'll put his hatchet away and jump in and help me out. Cypher needs a new ISP. Can I not leave this? There we go. Let's see. Muted for 7 days in chat for typing in Global Trash Company. Use... Oh, okay, then banned for 1 day for putting in a gym. Help saying needs... Well, I mean, those are kind of silly reasons to get banned. But if they have it on their forums saying, you know, it's against the rules to say things like that, then, you know, it's part of the game. You won't get banned for anything like that on P99. You know, as long as you're not saying something racist or sexist or offensive in some major way. It's kind of like live and let live. I would have figured things would have been a little bit more... what's the right word for that? You know, adult themed on here due to the PvP aspect of it. You know, if you can say anything you want to say and you can kill anybody you want to kill, then I can imagine people saying all sorts of stuff and then having it come back and haunt them in the end. But maybe they try to keep it more friendly. Alright, here we go. Let's try number 2. It's like the worst one from further away. That one's not so bad. That one actually fires pretty quickly, and they never seem to jump out of the way. I'm still not digging it, though. Not as much as the spell they start you with. Let's see what you guys saying. It's not against the rules to say stuff like that to other people. Oh, but he's a developer and he likes to abuse his power. Oh, well, you know, we I've seen things like that too. I don't know if it's abuse. He may have been overly harsh with his sentence. They usually tend to give GMs and guides pretty wide berth with settling things however they see fit, just because of all the work that they put in to maintaining the game. Your face, goblin. Oh my god, is that... It's like a special guy I thought up there. Did somebody cast something on me? Oh yeah, there is a player here. I don't know if he's gonna attack me here in a second or not. I think he was actually helping me out though. Bartleby, Bloodmane, the Lionhearted. Captain. I don't know how to wave. How do I wave? Is it enter? / wave maybe? No, I don't think that did it. I have no idea how to do emotes in this game yet. Do apologize if you take offense to that. I'll figure it out eventually. Yeah, I think he was actually healing me up there. Health and stamina. I hope to get into the healer role at some point in the future. It's kind of hard to heal somebody though when you don't have somebody there. Cypher, wherever you're at. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Let's get a little distance. Spell is nice for area effect though. Oh yeah, that's tombstone in front of me blocked me. There we go. We have killed 100 goblins. They no longer hold any sway over us. We got fine arrows. I don't know what the 8,000 in meditation gives us. Guessing it's pretty good. 8,000 sounds pretty good to me. Let's go ahead and see if we can collect a few more things before we move off into a new direction. How do I wave? I feel bad. Oh, there's his mount, and he's heading off. All right, so he's gonna be heading off as well. Let's head back to town, and we will empty out our inventory here. Hope we're not leaving behind anything good. So auto run. Figured out where that button is in between videos. Really, really nice, because then you can look through your bags and your player's guide and everything else. Let's go ahead and coordinate some of this stuff and catch up on the stream chat over here. Childish and unprofessional. What I was talking about. Has a several-year track record for exploiting and talking trash to the company and being generally toxic. That's why they banned him. Oh, okay. So it wasn't just one thing. It was like a a cumulative effect of things in the past. Yeah, it's wave. Okay, so I tried wave and I guess it went off. I couldn't see myself. I'm not sure how to pull myself out of first person view. Maybe just putting your weapon away. I think that actually did it. Hey, Trio Gaming, how you doing tonight, man? At least there isn't any high elves. That is not true, Bushido. There are elves in this game. I'm not sure if they were high elves or not. I only looked at the character creation for a little bit, so there might have been high elves. It might have been something else. Meditation is a passive form of advancement that you can find in your journal. Okay. Do I need to use it, or is it just kind of there? And I want to definitely increase that as much as I possibly can, obviously. I'm not keeping all this stuff. We're coming over here to sell. Rebooted my auto run to Y so I can hit it without taking my hand off of the WASA keys. It's actually probably pretty smart. I could see myself using a gaming mouse for this game. I tend not to use them all that often just because I don't like to give myself an advantage that some other people out there may not have. But there's so many spells that I could switch back and forth and cast so easily with a gaming mouse that this one is definitely one I feel like I probably will. I'll probably put the gaming mouse on at some point. A lot of rivalry in Darkfalls. A lot of Darkfallers have known and hated each other for a long time. I bet MMOs, man, you know? It's a thing. And then you guys throw that PvP into the game. That little mix says it all right there. So I'm going to sell anything I don't think I need. I got tons of these things in my bank already, and I haven't found a purpose to it. So if you guys think that I should save any of this stuff for a reason I am definitely not aware of, let me know now. Otherwise, it is all going. Let's see. Goblin Axe. I was saving those only because they gave me a quest form at the very beginning, and I was afraid that they might do that again. But I have like 40 of those in the bank again, and I haven't found any reason to use them. Let's move these things out a little bit. To get some more hatchets. Definitely high elves. Okay, so there were high elves, I suppose. You have to use it. It just slowly increases your skill over time. Set it and forget it. All right, so we'll look at that in a little bit in the journal. You guys said most of that you can just vendor. Hang on to at least one shield. I have several in the bank, but thank you. At some point, I will try melee, but I'm too big into the caster right now. Definitely sell the junk. There's no salvage in game as of yet. That would be amazing if there was. I love games that do that. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna hang on to those. Anything in there? Well, we did get another one of these. Let's go ahead and put up our inventory screen there. We'll move that off to the side so we can actually see. And this is going to increase our dexterity, which is at 76 right now. So they're going up. My stats are definitely going up pretty quickly, actually. These things drop, you know, not commonly, but not extremely rare either. It's a good little mix of both. Minor stamina, goblin tooth. I haven't found a reason for goblin tooth yet. What do we got here? I think this is the one that I saw. Portal shard. The portal shard is a magical item used as fuel for different means of teleportation. It's kind of cool. So maybe a little bit of Diablo mixed in there. Alright, so I'm going to sell that one too. What is this? Superior troll staff? I'm going to hang on to it just because it says superior. Ruined. Okay, we're going to sell all these. And these two. Let's see, what else do we got? Nothing else that we really need, right? Yep, that should be good. Empty bottle containing use. Okay, so we can create some potions, I hope, in the future. Alright, so journal. Let's look at the... No, that's the task. That would be your journal, right? No? Can't be. There we go. There's the journal. So, PvP and PvE. Quest, notes, meditation. Here we go. Meditation. Meditation points, 14,000 out of 500,000. Bank gold. So we can buy gold with points, maybe? I don't think I want to do that. Let's see. Dexterity, I need it to max skill. I have no idea what any of this means. What? What should I put my points into, guys? I'm taking suggestions. If I don't... Oh, man. I kind of want to just do it in my base attributes until I figure out what I'm doing. Let's see. Save the portal shard. Pairing is extremely powerful. That might be under, like, primary, I guess. Maybe is what you guys are talking about. Goblin mate stuff is crappy, as you'd expect it to be. Goblin craftsmanship is lacking. Almost items that stack in your inventory is highly useful. Save your staff, too. You can only gain lesser magic with the starter staff. Hold off a bit and save it for spells or weapon skills. Attributes are fine. Magic skills, spells are fine. It really doesn't matter too much. So, archery, axes, clubs, greatsword. That's not what I want there. Beacons, be gone. Flesh, greater magic, heal mount. There's a heal mount? A heal other. A heal mount just sounds amazing. Okay, so I could put it into... Wow. This, yeah, I'm going to look at this at a later time because there's just so much in here. I'm going to have to read up on this too. Yeah, okay, so we're going to leave that alone for now. This is so much to learn. Sorry, guys. I can get lost in that for a few hours, I think. Don't do stats, just use those elixirs as you get them. Okay. I figured I'd probably max out my stats fairly quickly anyways, and then save the elixirs and give them to Cypher. I'm not sure if you lose stats when you die, if that's a thing, if there's any kind of negative reinforcement to dying other than losing all your gear. So let's put my money away. Most of these will already stack with things that I have in there, so it's not too big of an issue. Went ahead and coordinated my bank as best as I could. Fishing rod. I got my shovels. It's for crafting later. Let's put it up here with the potion jars. Just gonna throw anything I'm not using right here. We'll sort it out later. Leather, food, eyeballs. I don't think I needed eyeballs for anything yet. Portal shard, and we're gonna throw this stuff in there. Alright, we're good to go. Let's take a look at my quest. Task, here we go. Fighting trolls? Ooh, I don't know if I really want to fight more trolls. They were a pain in my butt. Advancing as an archer, becoming a mage. We could do some of these guys. Yeah, they're not too far away. Yeah, 1 out of 5 stages, so that's going to take a long time. We're going to be there for a while. Let me upgrade my magic at least. So let's see, where are we at? Where are we? There we are. So if we come out and go left, we'll find a whole bunch of them over here. I think they're a little higher level than I am. They might be... Oh, man, I don't know if they're going to be outside my range, but we'll try it. They're not too far away. I think we can get out over here, right? We'll find out. Let's see. So stats are so easy to get from elixirs. Use your med for spell schools. I think I'm lost in town already. We might be able to jump off the wall. Or is there a gate over there? I don't see a gate. We're jumping. Yeah, there was a gate. Okay, that's silly. Gonna go past this water and on to the next. We'll try to swim. We don't really get to swim that often. At least I haven't yet. It does look like there's something in that water, something I didn't see before. And I believe the spacebar was to go down. Could meditate your melee weapon skill. It's one of the longest skills to grind. That's good to know. You don't lose any stats when you die, only what you're carrying. Those elixirs are pretty abundant on the global market. Just use them up. Okay. There is... What is that? It looks like a sewage grate or something to get down there. So spacebar was to rise, not to fall. Like crouch, maybe. Let's try crouch. Yeah, crouch worked. Well, then let's go back there. I kind of want to find out what that is. The faster he gets to 100 stats, the faster he's starting to get meaningful gains. He's really not wanting ways to go for the stats. What is this? Ooh, you know what? There's a lobster cage. Nice. Let's see what that was. I've added 3 lobsters to my inventory. What? A crustacean that could someday be part of a good meal. Heck yeah. Seafood is in the game. Fishing rod, probably shouldn't be surprised that you guys put seafood in here. I don't know, I think my progression is going pretty quick. I know you guys are probably laughing in the background thinking that I feel like I'm actually making progress already with how vast the game I'm sure is. But the fact that I already have opened up several magic skill trees, to me, you know, it feels like I'm actually doing something, which is good, because if it was such a long grind that even at this point I didn't feel like I was there yet, or even like making some gains, that might be a bit much. Hey guys, and welcome to the disembodied voice of AC Gamer. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more series in the future, but here are a few of them that you guys might find interesting. Of course, you're more than welcome to check them out. I would love to hear your comments. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It's definitely the indicator that I use to tell if you guys want to see more videos like that, of that particular game style, of that series in the long run. So when you guys leave comments down, it helps me decide whether we should keep doing it, as well as whether you want to see games like that in the future. And here are a few of them right here. I kind of picked out a few of different genres. We will be doing spotlights for other YouTubers in the future. So if you want to get a little shout out, definitely let me know. If you group with me, chances are you will get a shout out in here eventually. But for now, these are just 4 series that I have that I feel like could use a little bit more attention, and that you guys might actually enjoy as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will definitely catch you all next time.